All right, welcome to Living a Healthy, Vibrant Life podcast. I'm your host, Harold Chatman. At the current moment, we're not taking any sponsors, but if you wish to support me, visit our website, hvlwell.net. We have the best flavor of collagen. We have unflavored peach mango and our newest flavor, strawberry lemonade. If you struggle with skin hydration, if you need a new supplement routine, or if you just need even a new better collagen product, check us out. And also, we offer personal training services and virtual health and life coaching. Check our website out for more details. And at the current moment, we're at the Panoramic Brand Studio, best podcast studio in Houston. All right, we have a special guest with us today. He is a personal trainer, a stretching specialist, and a Nigerian. Welcome, Josh. Is his last name? Balogun.
There you go.
Josh Balogun, people.
Hey, thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me.
How you feeling today, man?
Bro, it's a good day.
It's a good day?
The weather's good.
Good for a Friday?
Great for a Friday.
Great for a Friday.
In Houston.
Yeah, it is. Cause we've been getting smoked lately, boy.
Shit, last 2-3 months, 100 degrees over.
Ah, man, I can't enjoy the weather. I finally able to work out outside. Well, I did work out outside, but it just wasn't as long.
Yeah, like, I think, like, for the last 2 weeks, I've been, like, taking walks, doing, like, things that I used to do, back to normal.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
I feel like I wasn't able to do that for the longest. But I'm going to tell, before we get started, I'm going to tell you how, Josh, tell them how we met, man. How we met.
Man, I was working overnight at 24.
Yeah.
And we just hit it off. And we were just having a conversation.
Scoot your seat up. There you go.
Oh, shit. We were just having a conversation, and, you know, one conversation led into another conversation that led into another conversation. I'll talk to you upstairs. I'll talk to you downstairs. Like, it's just like we just had a casual conversation about growth, about our past, about working out, and even about clients. So like that's always been like a thing that we shared together. And then we share information. Like, I think when I met you and we had these conversations, I think the respect came when you started giving me information. I was like, oh shit. You giving me information? Oh, I rock with you.
Yeah. It's always good to add value to people's lives.
100%. Because then why are we here? Right? But yeah, that's how we met. And then I think that was around like 2018, 2019. I mean, it's 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, we still keep in touch.
Yeah.
Like, that too I respect.
Yeah. Well, I think we pretty much in the same field. Well, we are in the same field, and it's like same understanding, similar mindset.
Same work ethic.
Yeah, same work ethic, same goals, and, you know, not for that bullshit. Stay forward, focus on our business, have fun, and just focus on what really matters, what's going to move the needle at the end of the day.
That's true.
And when you look at that, you always want to be around people that's trying to, like, get ahead rather than people that's trying to tear you down, you know, because it's a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. But, like, I appreciate why, like, you know, we are in the position that we are in because, I mean, we're all trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if you're not adding value, what are you doing? All right.
Taking up space. Taking up space in somebody else's life, man. You're wasting time because at the end of the day, we don't have a lot of time, but the thing is you need to maximize the time while we're here.
100%.
And that goes a long way because you can make more money, or you can make your money back. You can fix relationships, but you can't get back 2020 at 2:00 at that day.
Yeah.
Can't get that back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you want to make sure you have the right quality people in your life and making sure those people that help you grow, they're growing as well, because they always say that closest people around you that you associate yourself with, that's pretty much have the biggest influence on you.
Yeah. Well, bro, that is a great point. To me, I'm like, or even to you in your circle, bro, why aren't the people around you making as much money as you? Vice versa. There's a problem there. If that's just like somebody in the group is stagnant, right? Like, why isn't everybody growing or evolving? Like, that's really important. So if people aren't growing in your circle, I don't want to say like do a rebrand, but like get it together, right? But that just shows who wants to grow versus who wants to be right there. It's cool, bro. I mean, everybody got their own little thing that they got going on. Like we were talking about, out the way.
Yep.
Out the way. Just stay out the way, mind your own business. You make money when you mind your own business.
Right.
That's the truth.
So question for you, like, what were you doing before you got into training?
Bartending. Yeah. Bartending. Bro, I'm very much an introvert. I don't really
how'd you do bartending if you like introvert? Like, how did that?
So I think the thing about a lot of these situations is that for me in my life, I've just had to be thrown into it, and I just had to figure it out.
Right.
You're gonna have to be forced to talk regardless if you're trying to make some money.
Yeah, especially in bartending.
Yeah, but I learned that this person comes in, they're a regular, they like sports. Okay, go check the sports news, right? This person comes over here and they like CNN. Okay, what's going on in today's news? Start talking to people, and you start developing regulars that way. So you start racking up money just based off of like, okay, this person comes in, and then like your everyday thing, and then just being good at your job, right? There's this running joke of me like walking really slow or moving really slow. I make money though.
Yeah.
That don't really matter to me. But yeah, bro, I kind of forced myself to get into that situation, right? Same thing with personal training, right? I'm not a talker, so I had to force myself to talk.
Right.
So, but that's more of a self-discovery in myself than having to talk to other people, because I really have no problem talking to people. I just choose not to.
Right.
But bartending, bro, it's a great experience. But you end up drinking so much. So.
Yeah. You got to drink because they want you to take a shot with them or stuff like that.
Bro, endless shots. I'm like, bro, I gotta continue working.
Killing your liver, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But bartending was cool. And then I moved back to Houston, and then I just decided that I had to tell myself I need to get my life together, first of all.
Go through that transition, right?
You have to go through that transition, right? And then you have to deal with the opposing forces, like my family members who are having interventions, like, yo, what are you doing with your life, this and that? Because the money's coming, but, like, necessarily, I mean, you're just working.
Right.
You just get up and go to work. That's kind of...
They get old.
It's boring.
And it get old.
Yeah. And
Because you wake up, you be like, what am I doing myself?
100%. 100%. And don't get me wrong, there's some people that like that, and I don't want to deter anybody from that. But the life of purpose is just so much more. Like, there's so much more meaning to it. And then just meeting different people, like, it's a great experience. Why not? But I don't know, bro.
So how did the transition go from like bartending to like personal training? Like what sparked that interest?
Bro, it's I'll say like there's a few things that kind of like sparked it, but I was getting in trouble a lot, right? That was like okay, well, I got to get my shit together. Second one was my mom got sick. Like, I wanted to pursue a career in going into the medical field, because that's what they say, like, these are stable jobs, they're here, they're never gonna leave. But I got my first like real interaction with the medical side of things because my mom fell ill.
Right.
And like, we didn't know what was going on. The doctor was like, she's never gonna walk again. Her life is gonna be like this. And I was just like, okay, well, you don't know that because they ran so many tests on her and they couldn't figure it out. So I'm like, so if you don't know, but you're telling me these are the end results, there's an issue here. And then I just started seeing like people had no emotion. I'm an emotional person, right? I don't show it, but I am. Right. So I saw that and I was like, this ain't the life that I want for myself. So we helped my mom like do her thing, you know. We were there for her. And we just saw that exercise was probably the one thing that could have prevented it, but it's also the thing that has helped her gain her life back. Right. So there's that. But I have a fascination with the body too. Like, I took an A&P class, and this is the thing where teachers matter. Good teachers matter. I had one of the best teachers I've ever had, like, in my life. She explained the way she explained it to me. I was like, why am I so interested in how you say things? But that's when I like started to dial in, working overnight, or find a job, work overnight, get into the gym, start working, and then study. Bro, I was studying at night and then talking to my girlfriend at the time. Like, it was just like day after day after day until I worked up the courage to be like, I'm gonna take the test, pass the test. I went to go talk to the manager, and then he put me on the next day, and I was just like, okay, cool. Bro, I got 2 clients my first day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it was just like, it almost seems like it was supposed to happen because the journey as it continues to unfold, it's like it was supposed to happen. Maybe I wouldn't want it that way. Maybe I wish I was a little bit more developed, but we're here, right? And I appreciate the journey. So that's how I really got into it. I like it. I don't consider it a job. It's just something I do. But
or personal training?
Yeah. Because, bro, meeting people it's just so interesting.
Yeah.
All walks of life, And then like I have a little bit I don't want to say I have empathy for certain people, but I definitely, like, for me, whenever I have an encounter with somebody or interaction with somebody, I'm like, well, what is it about you? Like, how do you think? What are you processing? Because at the end of the day, a lot of the problems that people have, it's just a mindset thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Everything's a mindset.
Yeah, they're limiting themselves. And like,
yep. Yeah,
and when you're able to have that conversation with that person about, hey, X, Y, Z, just move Y out the way and you're going to get to your destination, it makes so much sense. But you got to learn how other people understand things.
Yeah.
You got to learn how they view the world and how they view themselves, because that's the end all be all to all this. Is like, okay, like, if I want to lose weight, like, what do I got to do, right? Well, how do you view yourself in the first place? I mean, that's just, I don't want to say it's very common or it's very easy to think about, but it's not to some people, and I realize that. But I guess that's just the way how things are, just dealing with people, is that everybody's different.
Most people on autopilot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to think like that when you're on autopilot.
Get up, go to work, job I hate, come back home, wife I hate. I don't want to fool with them kids.
Yeah.
Like,
it's autopilot. So it's like, usually like what some of my clients will wake them up is when something traumatic happens.
Yeah.
So most people are moved by something traumatic or fear.
Yeah.
So like the best thing I can say is let's just say, give an example. I had a client that lost their mom to it was obesity, and obesity caused diabetes, and diabetes ended up amputating their foot. So she like, dang, I need to cut back on what I'm eating, which should have been doing that, but that had to happen for this to happen.
Yeah.
Instead of being proactive towards it, most people are reactive.
Yeah.
So that's the psychological of people. Most people on autopilot, and when you think about it, most people are reactive towards their health instead of being proactive. Instead of saying like, maybe I should like take these multivitamins because it'll help me out long term, rather than going to the doctor to get blood work done. Hey, I'm deficient here. You probably need a multivitamin. Instead of waiting for that to happen, or you're deficient in vitamin D, what most people are not getting enough hydration or vitamins and minerals. Instead of waiting for the doctor to tell you, you can be proactive, because we know we need that anyway, because our body's like a machine, just like a vehicle.
100%. I believe that, bro.
So it's hard for people to get the mindset when we're conditioned that way. When you're conditioned that way, it's hard to think outside the box until you break outside the system.
Well, the system, like essentially whenever you become adult, you create the system, right? Just simple nervous system things, what triggers. Because, that's the thing, like, whenever we deal with muscles, we start thinking about when somebody comes in and they say, like, oh, my knee hurts. Well, what actually triggered it? You start going through your day by day. When you start going through your day by day, you notice that, oh, this person sits down a lot. This person doesn't really have any movement. Of course your knee hurts, right?
Or sits a lot, your back hurt.
Yeah, like, it's a system. So once you start breaking down the system, which some people don't want to do, which is why you should hire a coach, right? Because you don't have the knowledge to do so. And that's okay. Like, I respect people whenever they come into the building and be like, hey, I need help. There's a lot that comes with that.
Right.
But yeah, bro, like, systems, bro. Systems. They matter.
They do. So what would you say the type of trainer you are? Because it's like a lot of different trainers, like bodybuilding trainers, lifestyle trainers.
Bro.
What would you say?
I would say functional first, because you got to function, right? Mentally, but also bodily. Like, you got to figure out, like, I notice a lot of people, they don't have autonomy over their body, right? So, like, for men, they have a really big struggle with their pelvic floor, right? Why don't you understand that? So my process is break it down in your head, but also by simple movements like bear crawling, right? Or glute bridges, like little things like that, and teaching your body how to load. And a lot of it almost is like, it's very unconscious until you understand, because people come back and they're like, oh, I noticed this, I noticed that. But they notice it in their everyday life. It's not necessarily aesthetics. And that's the thing, is like, once we pass the aesthetics part of it, then we can start getting to actually where we're trying to go.
Right.
But functional training I love because it teaches you more, it makes you smarter, right? But then strength training, because at the end of the day, who don't want muscles?
Right.
Who don't want to look good in the mirror? Right. But
feel good in their clothes, feel confident.
Exactly. But that comes after. You got to figure yourself out first. You got to figure out your systems.
Right.
What works, what doesn't work. But time too. Like a lot of people don't like to give themselves enough time to figure that aspect. But
They want a quick fix,
bro,
and it don't work like that.
I'm talking to somebody that was getting ready to start, and they're like, if I don't see results in 3 months, I'm getting my body done. I'm like, whoa, bro, that's not fair to yourself. At the end of the day, you know, like, I think that time is also a thing. A lot of people don't want to put in the work because it does take, like, I would say from 9 months to like 2 years to like really be where you want to be. But it's within that time, what are you gonna do? But that's all a thing of your mental. Like, you can't sit here and just think about today or tomorrow. You kind of have to think about the future, but you have to.
Right. You just definitely got to be ahead of the ball. You got to figure out where you're at in life. And then, like I always tell people, you got to be ready to put in the groundwork. And I always tell them in the beginning, it's going to be a painful process.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have, if a person not mentally ready, you have to like tell them all the mental things that they're going to endure going through this process.
Yeah.
It's not a quick fix. It's definitely going to take some time. I say, look how old are you now? Look how long it took you to get to where you're at. You think it's going to take you like 3 or 6 months to get all of a sudden this body you want? No. I say, you've been doing this for this many years. You've been having these crazy habits. First of all, you're gonna go back and forth with yourself the first month, starting off, and then you gotta go through the painful process. Is this something I really can endure this long? And then you gotta get your mind right to something. Okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then you gotta change your lifestyle habits. That means when you change lifestyle habits, some of those drinking friends probably not gonna be your friends in your close friend group like that, because you can't keep this. Obviously, the lifestyle you living now, then you can't keep the same thing if you're trying to get to a whole other lifestyle. I say it's insanity to keep that same lifestyle you're doing now to trying to get to this one. It just don't work.
Well, that's a dark side of the industry, right? It's the lies. You can lose weight in 30 days. I'm like, can you? Try it and let's see. And then come back and let's talk about what we really have to do.
You probably can, but it's not healthy.
Of course, bro. It's never going to be healthy if it was dropped off pretty fast. Like,
because the thing is, you're giving a shock to your body. And, like, some positive things come out. You lose weight. The only positive thing, you lose weight, but also bad things could trigger a problem because your body just don't move like that.
Your body is smarter than you as the person who drives the body.
Right.
Do you think that your body's going to let you continue the way you're going and not stop you?
Something's going to fail.
Something's going to fail? That's a whole nother subject. It's a whole nother subject. Because, bro, we can be here for like 2 hours just talking about that specifically. Because at the end of the day, the real question is, well, what is the issue? Why do you really want to lose the weight, right? Like, what is going to change in your life that's going to make you think that, oh, okay, this is all I got to do? Nah, bro. Nah, it don't work that way.
So what would you say was your call into personal training that because you've been doing it since 2018, and what makes you want to stick with it now? Like, keep sticking with it.
It's been 2016. That's
16.
What I said. But, bro, I'll tell you for sure that every time that I wanted to quit, something just happened. Bro, people may not believe in a higher power, but there is, right? The proof that you're looking for is not the proof that you should be looking for, right? So, like, I'll give you an example because I got one client based off of an interaction with a lady that I had 2019. I think it was 2019. COVID happened. I have to think about what my next moves are. I'm at a coffee shop every day just creating structure. I'm on the phone with somebody from India. You know, bro, we got outsourced, right? I'm on the phone with somebody from India, and we're talking about code. Bro, I know nothing about code, right?
Me either.
And, like, this lady, she comes over to me, because I was sitting at the back. I was like, she looked familiar, but I put my head down. She walked over to me, and she's just like, hey, how are you doing? I've been looking for you. Bro, I'm in a coffee shop. It's 2021 or 2020. Like, what do you mean you've been looking for me? I don't know who this lady is, right? So she's just like, yeah, remember you gave me an assessment 2 years ago. Right? These are things I'm supposed to remember, but I didn't because the amount of stress of trying to figure things out, I was like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. long story short, we end up. She ends up becoming a client. She introduced me to another person. That person introduced me to another person, and that person, that's my long-term client. It's like, the nature of the business is that people, they come and they take from you, right? That's just the nature. You got to fill yourself up. But going to this specific client, it's like every time I go there, it's like I'm a new person again. So I'm like, all right, like there's something here, right? But like it's just these little things, or even like running into Fit Factor, bro. That's fate, bro. Right? Like I'm supposed to be here. So I'm like, okay. Even with them, I was just like, bro, I just walked up in there one day. I was contacting. Nobody replied. I just walked in there.
Oh, yeah, that's how you got in.
That's how I got in.
Just walked in there.
Bro, I just walked in there. Bro, I'm a worker. But I like there was definitely some things in my head. I was like telling myself like, I'll just do it tomorrow. But it's very easy. That's too easy to say do it tomorrow. Cause
I'll start Monday.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, it's okay. But when I started to realize that all these little things led me up to where I am right now, why not keep going, right? But then on top of that, you're helping people, right? And like, again, I don't think of it as a job. You just point things out and be genuine to who you are. Because, I mean, I'm not lying to myself, right? And like, there's been times where I had to look into the mirror, but I'm not lying to myself. And just to say that I'm passionate about that, I think I'm more passionate about seeing people just get out of whatever they're situated in, whatever they're into, because they're so like into like me,
right?
And not thinking about we, right? You have to think about we. That's the only way you can move forward. But that's how I started to see and just started to notice that passion was like, okay, like maybe I'm supposed to be here.
How did how was the process transitioning from like where you was at 24 to getting into Fear Factor?
It was hard. It was hard because it's a different mentality. Like at Fear Factor, we don't have a sign. We just have walking traffic, and then the internet, of course. On top of that, like I truly didn't know what I wanted, right? Like, yeah, I'm good at what I do. Yeah, I'm a master trainer at 24 Hour Fitness, but that doesn't translate into everyday life.
No, I don't.
And then like on top of that, it's just like, how can you tell somebody, hey, you got to pay me $85 a session? You can't tell somebody that without truly justifying
your price.
Your price, who you are, but that comes with confidence. But like, it took me It took me maybe like a year or so to like ask for help because, bro, I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
I know that about myself. But when I did ask for help, like night and day, bro, like night and day. And like, that's why like 2022, 2023, they've been good. But I've also been in the game so long. So it's just like, you just start picking things up. And now like, as we're growing, we're just growing the brand. And like, that transition is almost as if like, I mean, I still think we're going through a transition, or me personally, I still think I'm going through a transition, but like, bro, it was rough. Cause like you get clients that want to pay, then you have to chase people to pay, and all these different things that you got to do. And then you got to think about where the next dollar's coming from. I'm surprised I survived so long. Right. Cause I mean, in reality, when you start seeing a lot of these trainers, they're like, it may look like they're successful, but when you see them, they're not successful, bro. Or like, when you work out with them, or they don't want to work out with you because they're ducking, like they don't want to be exposed. Right. And I'm like, well, these are interesting things that you just start to pick up on. Right. But that transition, bro, it's a journey in its own, and I appreciate it because I still feel like I'm like growing in some sense.
So I always want to keep steady learning.
Yeah.
Steady learning, because you don't want to be like stuck in the box, put yourself in the box, because that's how you get like passed up. You know, I would say what helped me get to where I am, put my ego in the trash and being open to criticism, and just always open to knowledge with somebody else's perspective. Yeah, that's what helped me out. Somebody else's perspective, like they may have another way of looking at my brand or what I'm doing, or just when somebody tell me something, I don't let my ego get in the way. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that helped me out. I always say my ego in the trash. Ain't nothing you can do to say to me it's gonna tear me down, because I always look at it as growth. You know, especially somebody that's doing it a lot bigger than I am.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing. It's just like, for me, whenever somebody's giving criticism, just listen to the words. Don't listen to whatever perception you have of this person, like that has to go out the window. If you listen to the words and only take what you need, because I mean, they're like, I had a structure, but they're like, no, this structure doesn't work for this demographic. This is the structure that works for this demographic. When I heard that, I was just like, oh, okay. Let me see what y'all doing, right? And that's, again, it was night and day. It's structure. But criticism, bro. Like, nobody likes criticism. I love it. I need it.
Yeah, so how's the culture at Fit Factor? Like, what's the Fit Factory? Like, how does the, what's your training style there? Like, getting clients to, like, what do you do there?
So right now, as far as, like, we're expanding. I believe we have 6 trainers now. And, like, it's really just growing, A, the brand, right? But B, also, like, building a community. Because that's something that we just started to notice is that it's not necessarily, you can go to any gym, but people come because of the environment and how the trainers are. It's 3 master trainers that are super experienced, and then we have 4 green trainers. They have no experience, but they have personality. That's all you really need, right? But as far as like where we are, it's like we handle like other trainers that mess up, provide injuries to their clients. Their clients come to us. Right. That's who we are, right? And bro, it's funny because like we talk about not bragging or boasting about certain things, but let's be for real. Stop injuring your clients, and then we'll stop taking your clients. Like that's just it. But yeah, we've been trying to create this culture of just being positive, right? Or just like how you talk to yourself, and just providing these little things, and then also cultivating the family. Because at the end of the day, like, I mean, I know we're going through this like economic situation. Right now, we all need to be together, right? We don't need to think about where the money's coming from, because the money's going to come, right? We got to think about how we're going to develop these trainers to be just like us. Like, it's all these little things that we're doing to actually cultivate something bigger, right? And then, like, continuing education has been our best friend.
Right.
Like, that has been, like, the game changer for us 3. Now we can translate that message to the younger crowd and grow the brand even bigger. But that's where we are, bro. Like, I like it. It feels like home to me. And we're just steadily growing.
Especially like you pretty in tight with the owners there, and they treat you like as their own. So it's they don't look at you as like lower here, because you pretty much been there ever since, like, I guess the downtrend and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was through COVID, right? Nobody really knew what was going to happen, and a lot of people said that having a gym was probably the worst decision that you can have.
Especially when you seen gyms shutting down.
Yeah, but like you start understanding the trend. In 2020, like a lot of people or a lot of gyms never cultivated a community. So of course, financial hardship come, they're gonna shut down, because the community is not willing to put money into somewhere where they invest their time, because they can just go to another studio.
Right.
But here it's different. Granted, we are in Memorial.
Yeah.
The pockets are a little bit different.
Right.
But neither here or there. Like, I think it's just like making sure that people feel appreciated when they come in, and then leave them better off when they left. And that's my philosophy too. Right. Because I mean, they should be different when they leave you. Right. So how do we instill that in other people around us to continue that process? Because I mean, there's going to be a time where the owners step back. There's going to be a time when I step back, and we'll see like the fruits of our labor. But I mean, this is where we're trying to grow things.
So what would you say how the stretching certification has helped you out so much? 'Cause I see you've been doing that a lot.
Bro. So we were just like, to me, I felt like I was limiting myself as far as what I could offer as far as service for my existing clients. Because anybody can stretch, bro. You can go, bro. We have a Reach studio right next to us, and I used to, hey, go there, go get that experience, and then come here and then see which one you like better, right? But it opened my eyes, because every time I'm working on like my programming and things like that, whenever I get something new, I can add that into as new information, right? But then like when I started stretching people and just started understanding how the body works, not necessarily because of stretching, but because of the systems that are already in place. lymph system, nervous system, fascia, muscles, all these things, because they all work together, and learning how to break it down in your head,
Right.
learning how to break it down educationally to your clients, and then learning how to actually do the movements to help offer relief. Because one thing I learned about the stretching is that if you stretch them right, within that hour, they're going to have to go use the bathroom. Whatever they were holding on to, it's going to flush out. Sleep gets so much better, right? Because I was telling my clients to go stretch at night before bed. They're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
They're not going. But that's my fault for having so much faith, right? Mm-hmm. But if you empower people by showing them this is another way, which we started doing, right? But like it still wasn't working. But then like the stretching certification just came in, and I was just like, oh, this is very different. But literally, when I came back from my first workshop, I hit the ground running like clockwork. Now it's just like I have to separate because I'm getting clients for stretching too. Mm-hmm. And then like, I think the biggest issue in Houston fitness industry is that they don't like to share clients. But in Fit Factor, we share our clients, right? If somebody knows how to do something, we'll refer them over there. They refer me to stretching because I'm the one with the certification, right? Like, and that helps me also understand body types, because that's the thing. Like, you can't stretch people the same way.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you just start learning these different things, but like, I mean, why not defer to somebody who actually knows these things?
Right.
And then at the end of the day, it just helps the business because it's another thing that the business offers.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of outsourcing them somewhere else.
Bro, I was outsourcing.
Keep everything in-house.
Bro, I was outsourcing and people were fumbling. I was just like, bro, I thought you were a business.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, bro.
Some people's not a lifestyle fun. They just do it just to do it.
100%, bro.
So how would you say your fitness routine is on a day-to-day? Like, how do you keep yourself intact?
I'll be honest, and I'll say that it depends on my schedule. My schedule fluctuates. Sometimes I'm working more, sometimes I'm working less. The days that I'm working more, I add more time to my workout, right? So I like to think about things like there's 708 hours in a month, right? So the average person comes 2 times a week. That's only 8 hours, right? So in my head, how it works is that if I got a long shift and I have 3 hours in between, I'm working on everything that I need to work on in those 3 hours. I'm getting at least 2 days a week because I work 6 days, right? Sunday is my day to reset. So I'm doing a lot of like bodily work, trying to like get things going. And then that's how I run my Sundays. But 2 days, the least. When I have more time on my hands, I'm working out maybe like 2 hours. 3 or 4 times a week. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be too crucial because I find my joy there. So it's not necessarily that you have to work out for 2 hours, but that's where I find my joy. So I'm gonna do what I have to do to stay joyful,
right?
In some sense. But yeah, that's literally it. Like I don't make it so complicated. Whenever I think about functional training, I think about how my day to day, right? The things that I need. Like somebody can look at my squat video and be like, that's perfect. And I'm like, that's not perfect.
Right.
So I like, in my head, I started getting, I got to work on this.
Right.
But that's a trainer thing.
Right. How would you say your nutritional habits on a day-to-day?
So again, like I'm different, right? So I'm Nigerian. I love Nigerian food. Nigerian food is where I find the most fuel. So I'm eating heavy because my days are long. I eat heavy in the morning and eat heavy when I get home. I'm snacking in between. That works for me, right? And then every so-and-so, like during the summer, I get ice cream. That's
right.
I make.
I'm sure we all get ice cream to a certain degree in the summertime. You can't help it hot in Houston.
Bro, it's hot. It's hot. Nah, I do have a problem with ice cream though. But I add some friction because I used to like have a tub at home. And then I noticed that
damn.
Yeah, but the thing that I noticed about that was that whenever I was eating like sweets and stuff like that, I'm stressed out. It's a trigger response, right?
It is.
I'm trying to make myself
just
happy.
like, for example, why somebody drinking so much?
Yeah.
Like, what you running from?
Exactly. But that's another time. That's another topic. But yeah, like nutrition is interesting because once you understand why, you you're eating stuff, like grown adults say that they don't like the taste of water. Well, water doesn't. It's not supposed to taste like anything.
That's so annoying. That's so ignorant when people say that. It don't taste good. Your body's made up 65 to 70% water. Like, that's ignorance.
Yeah, it's ignorance, right? And like, it's just re-education, bro. At the end of the day,
Your body made up 60-70% water. It's like there's nothing else to talk about. If like your eyes to your blood to your body, your organs, water in there. You can't have like liquid water, not liquid flavored water in your body all the time. Yeah. Like you're gonna have problems.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're essentially you get your calories from drinking, consuming juices and sodas and stuff like that. So of course, there's a lot of people who have a different stature who say, "Oh, well, I don't eat as much." I'm like, yeah, because you drink so much juice.
Yep.
And then the same thing about, like, people come to me and they ask me about calories. Like, how many calories should I eat, right? Well, first you need to understand what calories means.
Yeah.
Calories just means energy, right? How much energy do I need for today, right? So that's when you start breaking it down. Granted, like, the metric of how they count calories, bro, it's in the air.
Right.
You can make it whatever. Like, that's just what it is. I don't want to get too deep into it because you're going to piss people off.
Yeah, it is.
But
yeah.
Like, again, like, how much energy do I need? Like, some people, they eat and then they overeat. You have an excess of energy. That energy can last you till the next day. A lot of people eat for tomorrow. You need to eat for today, right? And then at nighttime, you eat so that whenever you wake up, you're energized. I don't know if you're woken up out of bed and you're like, man, I'm so tired. I got 8 hours of sleep. I'm still tired.
Oh, no, I've been feeling like that.
Bro, it's proper nutrition at the end of the day.
It is. Because, like, I always, I'm glad you said that. Because the thing is, if you don't eat the best, it's like it rolls over.
Yeah.
Like, what you eat, like food is like fuel.
Yeah.
And so if you put bad fuel in yourself the night before, how you expect you wake up? How you expect to function the next morning?
Bro, people will go outside, literally go at 11 o'clock to go get some Whataburger and then wonder why they're so, like, messed up in the head.
Sluggish,
angry, right?
Your mood is off.
You can't get out of bed.
Women's hormones off because of that.
Bro.
That's another story.
That's another subject. But like, you start seeing these things, and like, that's where like sleep plays its part, because I'm like, no matter what, you're still burning calories while you sleep. Exactly. It may just be at a lesser
deficit.
Yeah, but like, seriously, like, whenever you're about to go to sleep, eat right. Like, and that's the thing with nutrition too, because like, with nutrition is like, again, it's day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to eat? It's not necessarily. A lot of people want comfort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. You can comfort your way to sleep. Like you can. I don't want to say eat comfort food before going to sleep, but like, right? There's plenty of meals that you can have where it's just like, it's still nutritious and it's still filling, and then you wake up the next morning energized. The amount of times I'll wake up like feeling energized after a good meal yesterday, bro, I feel like I could take over. But that's the feeling that you want, right? And then like with sleep, like sleep is just added. That's added benefit right there.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, everybody got their own little thing on why they can't, and that's the issue, is that you keep saying you can't, or it may be education, right? Because
I feel like most of it is education, because like you've been doing the same habit for so long, but you get the same results. Yeah. And how can you make a change when you're doing the same?
Yeah. Well, bro, imagine the first thing that I tell people to do, and this is a determining factor of the relationship, because I'm not a forceful person. When you're ready to start, you'll start, right? But I tell them like, hey, look, I want you for 3 days, write down everything that you do. I don't care if you chew a piece of gum, write it down.
Yeah. Or a piece of I always tell them a piece of Snicker bar. Yeah. Or like a breath mint, something like that. Because the thing is, it has a lot of sugar. People don't realize, like, small piece of candy may have a good amount of sugar. Then you got added sugar on top of that.
Yeah.
It's stacking. Like, people don't realize. Just like when you see, I was talking to my mom about this, because she be like drinking her lemonade. So I said, Mom, this got 27 grams of sugar and added 27 more grams. So you're drinking 50 grams of sugar.
Hey, bro,
and you wonder why you sleeping and taking naps.
the daily intake for sugar is 30 grams.
Yeah. And then the thing is, if you just had 50 grams of sugar and just the middle of the day, and then of course you're going to have some more sugar throughout the day too, because food be having different things and stuff like that, and also you drink more.
Yeah.
How can your body ever get to a fully functional, maximizing your whole your body if you putting just junk in there? And the thing is, most Americans do it because most Americans are overweight.
It's education, bro.
It is.
Because I notice in like clientele and how they raise their kids and what they emphasize on what's important. Bro, I won't say I wasn't raised that way, but bro, in our regular grade school, they were not dealing with this.
No. They didn't have access to that.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah. But I mean, now that I know that, for the next generation, we have to make sure that
don't happen. Yeah. You got to educate them early.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, the thing about that too is that kids, they see habits. Mm-hmm. So of course they see you eating McDonald's.
Right. And the thing is, I'm glad you brought this. So I was telling one of my clients, I say it's really big marketing. Like when kids be driving in the car, you passing the McDonald's, you passing the Burger King, you passing up Jack in the Box. So the thing is, we see it, the kids are seeing. There you go. And so exactly. Yeah. And so you seeing these big poster signs, and they seeing it every time when you're driving in the car. They looking at that. You be looking at the car, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you don't teach them at home what they should be eating or what this is, like Burger King does this, but if they're always seeing you pulling over there, it creates a trigger throughout their life, and it get passed on and passed on.
Maybe I should do this, right?
Yeah, because you pass it up, and kids see that. I want McDonald's, and they see the commercial, and they see it on your phone. Yeah. It's like it's hitting us from so many different angles.
Now, I'm not a parent, but I definitely understand that times are stressful, right? You need something quick for the kids to shut them up, right? But at the end of the day, like the longevity of that process, they're gonna be hungry in the next hour. They're gonna burn through that cheap energy real quick. So how beneficial was it for you to get a cheap snack for your kids? That's the real question. But
it's all about, and another thing is all about preparation too. It's like I bring my lunch kit. Miguel and Jesus now, I don't think it's been a day since I've been here I didn't bring my lunch kit.
Bro, you have to, bro.
So I'm big on preparation.
Have to. And that's the thing too is I think if you allocate the time, like my parents used to make me iron my clothes at night before school. Mm-hmm. And like I used to hate doing that at night, but I'm like, as an adult, I understand, you're moving on like seconds. A second late, you're probably late to work or late to a session. I just learned that I have to avoid being in that realm of trying to get up in panic mode. Right. Because you're panicking, you're trying to, okay, it's over here, it's over here, it's over here. What am I supposed to do? And I'm like, that's an easy fix right there.
Right.
Preparation.
Yeah. I'm real big on preparation. I feel like I look at preparation as a key to success because, like, let's just say you got something you like. For example, like me, give myself a good example. So I like to prepare my lunch at night. Mm-hmm. I like to make sure like my everything is by the door before I leave, like my laptop, my bag, work bag. I see my lunch is already in the refrigerator. I see my little ice things in there, so I keep my lunch cool. Mm-hmm. So the only thing I gotta do is transition from that to that. Yeah. Instead of having to preparing that the morning before, like putting the fruit in there, putting my water in there, putting my jug, make sure this is full. Usually I make about 6 of these a week. So like I don't have to worry about it. I just defrost it, let it melt. Yeah. And the thing is, while I'm driving, if I get hungry, there you bam, go. Yeah, protein. I don't have to stop. I need something quick, man. My stomach hurt. I don't do that shit. Yeah. I got this. Yeah. And that's gonna fill me over till I eat my next meal.
Well, I guess
it's a habit.
Yeah. Well, habits, very important. Very, very important. Like it's so important, and like.
But the thing is, my habits came from like making that mistake of pulling over to get somewhere. Cause like, man, I haven't eaten in like about 4 hours. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna get my next meal because I'm driving around.
Well, I mean, I think the interesting thing is that you know better because you want better for yourself.
Exactly.
Right. Like, there's no reason why I should be feeling sluggish at 3:00. I didn't do nothing. I've sat at my desk the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you ain't doing hard labor. What you tired for?
What you hungry for?
Yeah, you in the AC, working at your desk. I get it may be mentally draining, but you're not doing like physical. I get it, physical labor is real hard, but like mental labor can be hard too. But there's ways you can deviate that. You can take a break. You know, maybe some people go smoke a cigarette, go chew some gum, maybe get away from it, come back, refresh, maybe take a walk outside. But there's ways to manage your stress in that fashion.
Yeah. That's interesting, bro. Yeah, that happens, bro.
So, how do you manage your stress?
I would say that meditation has been my biggest contributor to managing my stress. Again, I don't talk that much, right? So I don't want to say I'm always in my head, but I'm in a realm where things are constantly going on.
More of a intellectual type of person.
Yeah. Well, you said it, not me.
Yeah. Well,
but I just started to realize because around 2020, where I didn't know what was gonna happen. I think it was Headspace. It's a meditation app, and they had it was, if you lost your job during the pandemic, we'll give you a year free. And I started to just mess with it a little bit. I wasn't really serious for the first maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month. And then I was just all I got to do is 5 minutes a day. That 5 minutes a day turned into an hour. And I walk around as if stress don't really mean nothing to me, you know?
Right. But
deep down, it really affects me. But I know that, okay, it's just a thought. Is it a good thought? Filter it. Yes, no. And that's just been my game plan. It's just okay. And even if I get mad, it's just just sit down, think it through. What is the root of this issue? And then I'm oh, okay. It's not necessarily what I'm stressed about. It's the little things that revolve around the big thing.
Right.
And that's been my biggest oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But meditation, bro. And then walking.
Yeah. Get some fresh air. I know Jesus doing that.
Bro, the easiest thing that I can ever tell somebody to do is just go walk. If you want to start your journey and you don't know where to start, just go walk. Right? Because with that, what happens when you start walking, you feel oh man, I got a lot of energy. You start running. Right? But you got to keep doing it. And that's the thing that's with meditation, I had to keep doing it. Because now whenever I meditate, it's I can fall into that state where I need to decipher what's going on. But that's how I also don't allow my emotions to get into a lot of things. So whenever I get criticism, I'll go back, meditate through what was just said to me, pick out what I need to pick out, and then let it go. But that's been my biggest thing, is just learning how to let things go. But that's through understanding that, because bro, I've had panic attacks before.
We all have.
Yeah, bro. I was I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where the next check's gonna come from. And that starts to play with your head, and now you start making irrational decisions based off of what's going on in your current situation, instead of thinking about the bigger picture.
Right.
Every time I started to fall deep into something stressful related, I just had to think, well, what else do I need to focus on to get me to where I need to go, or get me over this hump? And that's just my blueprint. And that's a blueprint that anybody can follow, because to be honest, you're panicking for no reason, because you're going to make a permanent decision based off of what you just did,
right?
Or whatever decision you just made. And that's where mental fortitude is is very important. Being tenacious is very important. It's all these things you just gotta start to acquire these arsenals, or these skills of being able to endure.
Right.
Yeah.
So as we come to a close, the last question I have for you: what does a healthy, vibrant life mean to you?
Balance, bro. Balance. Before you get balanced, you have to be unbalanced. But when
that is true. Yep, I heard that before. Yeah. Because the goal is we're all unbalanced, but the goal is you're trying to get to balance.
Yeah. But the issue is that people try to seek balance immediately. No, look at your chaotic life, organize the chaos, and then as time goes on, because you have to be repetitive, things just start to teeter, and now you're leveled out. Right? Imagine life being so much better when you're leveled out. A lot of people like to think about finances, but finances really doesn't mean anything. Right? Somebody else said that finances mean something. What are you getting up for? Right? We talk about vibration, bro. we're talking at a different frequency, right?
Right.
But like you start talking to other people, and like when we start talking about vibrations, their frequency is down here.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue, right? It's like, how do you bring your frequency up to like a level state? Because that frequency now, just like these doors that are opening for you, you never open those doors if you were never on that frequency in the first place.
Exactly.
But you had to find that level of balance to get there, right? It's not to say that anybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I mean, bro, the next day is so much better. Like, do things for the next day so that the next day is better. Right. Right? Like, that's it, bro. We're on borrowed time.
Definitely.
We got to, like, figure it out. Got to figure it out today.
Definitely. All right, that's a good one. So, Josh, usually before we close, I let one of my guests try one of the collagens. So, go ahead and get your water. So, which one you want to check out, man?
I already had the peach. Let me get the strawberry.
Strawberry. All right. Finna check that out.
The peach one
Probably
was
want to
good.
drink something off the top. Say the peach one was good?
The peach one was good. And, bro, you gave it to me. You gave it to me when it wasn't in the tub.
Oh, yeah. That was before, like, everything. Yeah. I ain't had nothing.
You gave it to me when it wasn't in the tub. So, I seen this product grow.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely growing. Like, I remember after the peach mango, then I started with the unflavored because people like, you ain't got no unflavored. Yeah. I was like, okay, let me go with that one first. Go ahead and shake it up.
Bro, you know people.
Yeah. Because, people like to mix in their coffee, their smoothies, whatever else they want to blend it in. Favorite recipe. So, make sure you shake it up pretty good.
This is like, you can put this in the smoothie.
Yeah.
You can put this
in
that's
what
you put it in.
I mix it with my smoothie.
That's good.
So, there you go. What you think, man? What you think? Give us an honest opinion about that. He's still drinking it.
Bro, it tastes just like strawberry lemonade. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. You see, the issue with, like, supplements is that it's too chalky.
And the thing is, like, this has 5,000 milligrams of hydrolyzed fish collagen, so I had to work on getting the fish taste out of there.
Yeah, that's good, bro. Can I take this home?
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, it's definitely so I took it. So the reason why it turns that color because I took out the artificial coloring. Yeah. And then no fructose or sucrose in there, so it was definitely hard.
Well, bro, you're obviously you're operating with integrity, right? Because
a lot of them, they just change colors, and you don't need that red dye in there. Yeah. It's So the only thing in there, the artificial in there, is the flavoring, because I tried to. The thing is, people are like, why ain't you go 100% natural? I say I did try, and the thing is, it's a tarting taste. It tastes just like a strawberry or a lemonade, and it's like the benefits to be there, 100% natural. But if the taste ain't there, people ain't gonna drink it.
That's 100% true, bro.
So like people are like, why ain't you go natural? I wanted to, but the thing is, the taste is terrible. Yeah, it's real terrible. Because I tried it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely dealing with the sophistication level of a product like this. Like, people aren't, like, they understand collagen, but they don't understand it to its T. And then, like, taste is just a bigger issue.
So what I did was I eliminated all the bad stuff as much as I could, but only had one bad thing in there just for the make it more artificial. That's it. But other than that, I took out a bunch of bad stuff that I could to make sure it tastes good. And that was challenging to me because I wanted to be 100% natural. That's how I like it. But I did the best I could. If they gonna ding me on one bad thing in there,
I'll take it.
That's why I say I'll take that. If they gonna ding me on one bad thing, but it's definitely like a process. I definitely have some big works for this. A lot of fun with it. Definitely was a process. I mean, when I was giving the people in bags.
Bro, I got the packets, bro. I got the little packets.
Giving people in bags. So it's definitely like it's almost like 2 years in. It'd be 2 years in December. Working on this.
That's what's up, bro.
But yeah, Joshua, what can they find you at, man?
Move with Joshua on Instagram. That's me. I show stretches.
That's workouts. Your fitness page, right?
That's my fitness page. That's really where I'm at, like, mainly. Just trying to grow that. Trying to grow the community within that Instagram page. And we're really trying to do some big things. So, move with Joshua.
All right, I'm gonna definitely put Josh information in the show notes. Put his Instagram in there. His business one as well. And I know Josh probably gonna get back to the podcast because the first podcast before I interviewed him, he did me first. So
hey, look, hey, it's full circle, bro.
Yeah, it is. I was like, I gotta get Josh on here. He did me, so definitely I'm getting into this. Now it was very appreciative of you like interviewing me. So I was like, I gotta get him back on. I know you got some more. Hey. But yeah, I thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely probably be a second round, but you guys have a good one.